The fear of conflict, why and how to overcome that. Hi there, this is Roubina with you. Welcome back to the channel, or welcome if you're new. Generally speaking, there are two types of people. Those people who are not scared to say what they think. They're not scared to voice their opinions. They're not scared to talk about their convictions. They're not scared of whether their word and their what they're saying is actually going to offend anybody else. And those people, they might look very confident, but they might not necessarily be confident. Sometimes it could just be that they are people who need to feel superior unconsciously. It can happen. And then we've got a second category of people who have learned to look at the environment, to adapt to the environment, maybe because of childhood patterns, maybe because of past relationships, and basically to learn how not to rock the boat, because that makes them scared because of the consequences being that maybe they might get rejected, they might be abandoned, there might be different consequences to that, maybe linked with their past. Generally, most people have got one or the other tendency. Some people are kind of right in the middle and lucky for them, but most of us are not. We've got one or the other tendency. So how can we overcome the actual fear of conflict? The rest is coming up. In the meantime, please like the video before you forget, and why not subscribe and click the little bell. To overcome the fear of conflict, we will work at it little by little and give ourselves different paths. Let's say you fear conflict mainly in your couple life. This is where this fear comes up, and this is where you are scared to say things or to voice what you really think and feel. Then it's not the place to try overcome that conflict. It's better to try be different in other spaces where you feel safer. Let's say at work or with your friends. That's where we will practice. Let's say your colleagues say, okay, we're going to have a burger, and you've been doing that for weeks or whatever, once a week for months, but you actually hated burger. You just said yes so that, you know, to keep the peace. So practice to say, sorry, I don't like burger. Practice to say that. Practice it at work as well. And as you practice this, you give yourself more permission to be able to say how you feel and what you think, and then bring that skill into your couple life. Second, if it's always better to establish good grounds rather than trying to resolve an issue. So let's say you meet somebody new, right? And they tell you, look, every Sunday I like walking in the forest, and you absolutely hate that. Try to show yourself as who you are. Say, I don't like that, so the person knows that you don't like that, and then you don't have to keep pretending you like it. So by establishing by being more yourself, actually, right from the start, it prevents having to show up in an unauthentic way later on in a relationship. Now, if it's a relationship that's already established, or you find this fear of conflict repeatedly throughout your life, work, family, friends, everywhere, then possibly it is important to look who is in front of you. If the person with whom you have this difficulty is somebody who is caring, empathetic, then tell them. Maybe if it's like, let's say, your partner, and for years you've been accepting flowers when you hate flowers, one day sit down with them and tell them, look, I've been saying this for years, but actually I hate flowers. So maybe be more open if it's the right person in front of you. If it's not the right person in front of you, if it's, you know, somebody doesn't care, then it's not the right way to go about it. But if it's somebody who cares, then they will listen up, and they will register the information that you're giving them. Having said that, the core problem, the core thing to overcome regarding this fear of conflict is the lack of confidence. Definitely. So what I'll do is I'll link up this video as how to gain or regain confidence, and this video will replace me. So don't forget to leave me a comment, and I'll say thank you, and you just have to click on this video. Thank you.